Hello, people. I am Jaby Koay, joined by Chris J. Alex.
What's up?
We're looking at Savaari movie theatrical trailer with Nandu and Priyanka Sharma. It's written and directed by Saahith Mothkuri. Before we jump into it, just want to mention real quick, Chris J. Alex has a couple of things coming out later on this year. He's got a film called Extraction coming out with Chris Hemsworth and Pankaj Tripathi. Half it was shot in India, half it was shot in Thailand. Keep a lookout for that. I don't know when this video is being released, but on February 14th, there's a video game called Darksiders coming out. Chris is the main voice in that, for those of you that are gamers. And those of you that are into anime, Deathstroke Knights and Dragons comes out on CW Seed. I say anime because I took a look at it and it has a very anime vibe, and the violence is very anime-like.
Yeah, we go there.
So be sure to look out for that if you're into anime. There'll be information in the description below for those of you that want to know more. All right, here we go.
సలాం అలైకుం సస్రియాకాల్ అందరికి నమస్తే అయితే సౌండ్ పెంచుకోవే ఫోన్లా బై ద వే నా పేరు బాద్షా ఈరోజు నేను మీ ముంగటికి ఒక గట్టర్ లేపే కథ తీసుకొచ్చిన
Is the horse talking?
Yeah, is he the horse?
బాద్షా
ఎవడ్రా దీపావళి ముందు పతంగ్ లేదురా
Dayal is like their Christmas, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But please take me away. I don't want to live in this fucking world.
bitch. Confirm bitch. You are a bitch.
Wow.
Whatever.
I don't know what's happening
Yeah.
there. That dude was mean.
He is Superman.
But this horse, I guess, is witness to all this stuff.
అదే అన్న అప్పటికెళ్ళి చెప్దాం ట్రై చేస్తున్నా
మీరన్నీ లేట్ చెప్పుర్రా మీరు
The music is on.
యుఎస్ సంబంధం అంటివి ఏమైంది ఆఫ్రికా నుంచి తెచ్చిన కోతులు ఎక్కున్నాడు
So, you are the fucking asshole whom I'm gonna ride with?
అవు సార్
ఇంతమంది సంఖ్యగాళ్ళ మధ్యలో మళ్ళీ ఒక కోతేశం గదే లవ్వు
ఏమైనా పనుందా?
ఏం లేదు ఇట్లానే సవారీకి పోవాలి
బా నేను కూడా వస్తా.
Looks cool.
దానికి గుండె వీకు దారాలేయాలని చెప్పి డాక్టర్లు 5 సంవత్సరాలకి వెళ్ళైతే ఒక్క పూట దీనికంటే జమ చేసిన ఎంత కష్టపడితే వచ్చినాయో తెలుసా ఈ పైసలు
ఇంకా నేను నిన్ను కలవకపోవచ్చు రాజు. సారీ.
మీరు ఎవరు పట్టించుకుంటలేరే రోడ్ల మీద ఏడ్చుకుంటా తాక్కుంటే తిరుగుతుంది
సో ఈ కథని తెర రూపంలో చూడాలనుకుంటే ఖచ్చితంగా మా సినిమాకి రాగలరని మనవి.
అరే రాజుగా నిన్ను మాత్రం వదలనరా నేను
I don't know what the story is.
Yeah, I was.
I don't know what the story is at all. I'm trying to figure it out. You're getting these fragmented pieces of information. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm trying to figure out what the story structure is here, because we started out with the horse and his narration.
Yeah.
And then you cut to this dude who owns the horse, and he's got this. I don't know what's happening.
You know, it's funny because tone-wise, I thought this might be like a reoccurring thing. So I was looking for you to maybe try to break it down.
Sometimes with regional stuff, the trailers are cut in such a way that it's done to maintain mystery. What they reveal to you is the story, some events that happen, some incidences, some exciting moments, but they cut in such a way that you don't get all of the story.
So it's by design.
It's by design, but like sometimes it's done too well to the point that I have no idea what to make of it, and I'm not exactly sure like what I'm investing in here, emotionally and mentally, right? The first thing that popped into my head is a technical thing that I didn't know why they did it. It seemed like a deliberate choice, but the narration of the horse had this echo to it, as if it was being recorded in a room with flat walls. That kind of stuff bothers me as opposed to sounding clear. Or even like this right now, like the way my voice sounds to you guys listening, there might be some hint of an echo. Mostly it's not there because the microphone's good and there's like stuff here that sort of like kills the echo.
Humble brag.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just being, talking about
my
physics.
audio's good, yeah.
And so, I listen to the audio a lot.
Yeah.
And I try to make sure it sounds good for the audience because I care about the experience. And so I'm wondering why they decided to go with the echoey sound. The thing about the kite stuff, for those of you that did a lot of kite flying when you were kids, I just want to shout this out real quick. I did a reaction to a short film that came out, I think last night or 2 nights ago. I think it's called Kites, I can't remember. It was an animation and you guys should watch it if you did kite flying as a kid. It's really, really good and really fun. It'll remind you of your childhood, to say the least. Anyway, Diwali is their version of Christmas. That's what he was referring to. But I'm not sure what that scene had to do with anything. It was showing him in the horse stable and he's just annoyed with the kids for coming in. This woman is smoking, she's depressed, she wants to commit suicide, I guess maybe because he doesn't make a lot of money, and so she's just done, and she feels like she can't get out of this relationship or something.
So they're together.
In that scene, they're together, and then she leaves him, then this neighbor calls her a bitch, and I'm like, who's this guy that's calling her a bitch? Then we have a cool little musical break. This stuff with the bad guys, where one guy says to the other, and then he starts shooting the ground. This is random, but for me, it sort of reminded me of like old westerns in a way, because dance.
Yeah, they're shooting.
They're shooting the ground, that kind of thing. That frivolous behavior with the gun, just shooting the ground and making everybody scared. You're not trying to kill anybody. You're just trying to make a point.
Yeah. Get them feet out the way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That to me is a very old Western kind of thing. The heart of it seems to be that you've got this guy who tends to this horse, and the horse is often used for big events of some kind, like the wedding, right? And so is that you?
Oh, I thought I turned it off. My bad. Yeah.
That's all good. We'll just sit here and wait.
I actually don't know how to turn it off.
Look, no. Here, look. I'll show you right now. Just slide up, right there.
Okay.
Then you put that on. Oopsie, not that. Go back. Damn this thing. Right there. On. There. There you go. There's a series on HBO about a guy who delivers weed. It started out as a web series and then it became a full-fledged show on HBO, like I said. And he interacts with all these different people all the time. It's basically like peering into these lives, like a fly on the wall, to these different people's just experiences,
and
right?
You think that's what the horse represents?
The horse and the owner of the horse, it seems like that is happening here to a degree. He just owns this horse for the sake of business, sort of like Liam Neeson in that short film with the Coen brothers. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not.
They did a Netflix movie that was like what do you call it? Vignettes. And Liam Neeson was there with a vignette of like taking this guy who had no arms or legs, but he had a wonderful theatrical narrative voice. And so he'd take him around for money. Similar kind of thing. So he's taking around this horse for money for these events and whatnot. And you see these different people and how they behave. Like he's treated like dog shit. The guy's like, you're the asshole I have to ride with and whatever. It's like, why is he so rude to him? And that's my question is like, why are these people being rude to one another? And the wife is in the background who, I think that's the wife. She's a plus size woman. I'm trying to find the nice way to say that. And so...
She's a big girl.
She's a big girl.
No wrong, big girl. I like big girls.
Then there's like some beatdowns going on in here. At the heart of it, though, is the love story. And I think he's got to get the girl back in the end. I think that's the objective.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure. But what threw me off was the horse's narration. And then it just sort of disappears. And I'm like, wait, whose perspective is this from? I was like, is it from the horse's perspective? That never comes back. So I'm just confused. And
at least in the trailer.
I'm saying all this stuff out loud in an effort to understand the story better. There were some interesting shots. It seems like it was competently shot. Good DP. Director knows how to choose a frame.
I like the energy of the music.
The particle stuff. The energy of the music was cool. Yeah. The particle stuff was always... I love that confetti look. I love that
you
on
like
camera.
Things flying in the air. It's just...
It's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It is pretty.
You like particles.
Yeah, particle effects is just nice. Video games, movies, whatever. Yeah, it just looks cool.
If I ever shoot a movie, I'm just gonna particle it out for you.
Yeah, I mean, especially in something like 4K, UHD, whatever, is like that shit looks so amazing.
3D, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, even in animation, that's the stuff I get impressed by. You look at the opening of Lion King, it's just the sheer amount of stuff on camera, so to speak. It looks cool. How did you feel about this otherwise? You just like the style of it?
Yeah, I like I said, tone-wise, I didn't quite know what to expect because I didn't know if that's just, a cultural thing that I'm not used to. So that's why I was like, I know you're very well tuned with Indian cinema, so I was looking for you to kind of break it down. But I was just trying to take it in, but ultimately I got a little lost. I mean, it looked cool.
No, it
looked interesting.
Yeah, it did look interesting.
Yeah.
I would watch another trailer on this just to learn more about it.
Is it out already? Or?
I don't know. Here's the thing, and this is me being real, is like, I see this trailer and I don't know that I would necessarily pay $10. That's the cheapest I would find it for, I think, is in Encino, there's a theater that shows indie films.
Oh, okay.
Indie and in foreign films, including Indian movies. If I flash my student ID, which is totally out of date, they might give me a better discount. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, would I go in my car to the theater and make the time to watch this film, which could be 3 hours long? I don't know. That's the thing. It's like, if a lot of my audience was recommending it, then I would put in the time to watch it.
Okay, so then you go through recommendations.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
but for this one, like, there's nothing necessarily here where I'm like, I need to watch this movie. Like, I have to go watch it. If it was on Netflix or something, I might put it on, but I don't know how much I would commit to it. You know how like, sometimes you put something on Netflix and you just sort of have it there while you're doing other shit? This is one of those things where it's like, I don't know that I would sit and give it my full attention.
It's gotta have a hook.
Yeah.
And
If they had a good Breaking Bad opening,
like a hook, yeah, okay.
a hook of some kind, then I would sit and watch it just to follow it through. But as it is right now, I don't know why I would necessarily give this 3 hours of my time dedicated. That's just me being real with you guys. So let me know your feelings in the comments below. Check out Chris J. Alex on the social media in Extraction coming out later this year. Half Shot in India, Half Shot in Thailand, Chris Hemsworth, Pankaj Tripathi. Darksiders comes out February 14th, 2020. He's the lead in that video game.
2-3.
For those of you that are into games. And Deathstroke, Knights and Dragons on CW Seed. Check all those things out. More information in the description below. I am Jaby Koay. This is
Chris J. Alex.
Peace out.